Ah, well, that's interesting. Because I've just come from somebody else's live stream and I've seen proof, real proof, that this person doesn't seem able to give of what's actually happening in this court case. And what's actually happening is completely different to what he's going to tell us. But I'm all ears. I've got my cup of tea here. I'm ready to go. So come on then.
So I'm going to go back in time, history-wise. You all ready for a history lesson, McFlies?
Yes, I am ready for a history lesson, but I don't want any of this rewriting history BS. Let's have the truth, shall we?
Get in your DeLoreans and going back in time to December of 2022. No, 2023.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
So on December 7th of 2023, the defendant was particularly just at her worst that day.
Okay, so the defendant was particularly at her worst that day. In what way? We're talking about somebody who's online, yeah? I'm going to play devil's advocate, I've decided. Okay, so this person was particularly at her worst that day. All right, what did she do? I mean, what did she do? Did she, I don't know, phone somebody, phone one of your relatives? Anything like that? Did she go real life? Okay, all right, let's find out.
Just the stuff that was being tweeted, the stuff that was community tab posting, whatever. And as many of you know, you have seen yourselves. I haven't made it up. I keep being told, well, you're not showing the proof. It doesn't exist. That's fine. I'm not interested in showing anybody but who I need to show the proof to.
Right, okay. But you still haven't told us what this person did. Okay, that's what I'm waiting for. Okay, I'm waiting to hear what she did on that day.
The proof. And it was a particularly very brutal day that day. And I...
Yes, yeah, I can hear all the buzzwords. We've had brutal, we've had at their worst, we've had just a whole load of word salad, haven't we really? Just word salad. But anyway, carry on.
I made a decision. I took a step to try to avoid where we are today. I think...
Right, so at that time, he took a decision to avoid where they are today. And where they are today is in a lawsuit that you and the hustler have taken out on this defendant, this person that was particularly mean that day. No, we don't know what happened. We don't know how she was mean online. All words, really, isn't it? I mean, was she mean with her words? Did she go real life? Okay, maybe I'm just, putting words in his mouth. Let's find out.
You all know at this point what that step was. If you don't worry about it.
No. What was the step? What was the step you took? Because you didn't like what somebody was saying online. What was the step?
So I took a step. Now, should I have taken that step? Probably not.
Oh, okay. So you took a step that you probably shouldn't have taken. What is it? What was the step?
There was no harassment. There was no threats. It was a very, very nice phone call.
Oh, it was a phone call. Was it? So who did you phone? Let's go back a little bit. Who did you phone? We don't want to go back there with him drinking out of his awful mug. Who did you phone, Clifford? I'm interested.
Just talked into it like we can all go on in peace. Like, just like my co-plaintiff and I were not interested in participating in this fucking bullshit. I think that was...
Oh, right. Okay. I've jumped a bit. God, I'm good at this. So we have to go back to here where he admits that he made a phone call. Who did you phone? I wonder who he phoned. Because there's no way he would have gone in real life against somebody who had just said a few things online. There's no way he would do that. There's not that type of person, guys.
There was no threats. It was a very, very nice phone call.
It was a very nice phone call. Okay. What did you actually say in that phone call? And why did you feel that you needed to phone somebody? Why did you go real life?
Very, very nice, whatever. I said, but looking back, I should have just taken the steps to go straight to a lawsuit.
Yes, maybe you should have, because then you wouldn't be in the position you're in today, which isn't in a very good position, is it? Let's be fair. You're not in a good position, but anyway, carry on. Hindsight is a wonderful thing.
I shouldn't have taken that step, but I really was trying to avoid the money spending. I was trying to avoid the traveling. I was trying to avoid all of that because it's so easy to just leave somebody alone, right?
Yes, it is. It's very easy to leave somebody alone. So why didn't you do that? Why did you choose to go? All right, I'm going to surprise you all, guys. He actually phoned this woman's father. He phoned this woman's family's home and spoke to this woman's father. That's what he did, guys. Is he going to admit to it now? Let's see.
Just so easy to leave somebody alone. If we don't have to be here today, why are we here? Because somebody just can't seem to stop.
Oh, so it's her fault. It's her fault that you decided, because you didn't like the things that she was saying online, on Twitter, wherever, you didn't like it. So you're going to go in real life and you're going to phone her father, and now you're going to blame her for that. How does that work? How does that work in your world?
And I'm not here to play receipts or proof.
Yeah, I've kind of got that. I've kind of got that all you do is run your mouth and forgetting that sometimes we do need proof. Sometimes we do need receipts. But, a receipt of her being particularly mean to you, I mean, could you not find one that meant that she deserved to have her family involved in this? Just one little receipt?
That's going to be for the court system. It's not for you two.
Okay. All right. So he's going to keep all the receipts for the court system. All right. Is it the same court system that has now put you in a very difficult position where some very serious consequences may actually come tumbling down onto you? Yeah? Okay.
So that day I took a step, which maybe I shouldn't have taken, but...
Yeah, that's twice you've said that. Move on.
There were no threats, whatever.
Right, no threats, so it was all right. There were no threats, so it's okay if he phones a grown woman's elderly father to say what? To say what? To have a nice little chat with him. Okay.
I was blocked immediately.
Well, I think you should have been. I mean, if somebody went in real life with me, they'd be more than blocked. Trust me.
By this person and her merry gang of people.
Her merry gang of people. That's a weird terminology to use. Are they merry? Are they merry at hearing how much you have dragged her through over the past year? Do you think they're merry? I don't think they're very merry. I think they're probably a bit merrier today when they've realised that you're going to be slapped across the top of your head with court procedures and costs and all sorts that you weren't really expecting. So yeah, maybe they are going to be merry.
And I thought it was over. I told my co-plaintiff it's over. Finally, maybe some sense was talked into it. Like we could all go on in peace. Like just...
Oh, so you thought after you and the hustler had phoned her family, that, it's all over now. Yeah, it's all done. Don't worry about it. We're fine. Nothing else is going to happen. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Just like my co-plaintiff and I were not interested.
Why are you calling him a co-plaintiff? His name's the Hustler. We all know who you're talking about. And we all know that you tried not once, not twice, but thrice to get I was going to say GPO. It's not that, is it? What is it? Order. Some kind of order to keep her away from you. You've tried that thrice times. And each time it's been denied. Well, okay. I have to be careful that I don't go off these,
in participating in this fucking bullshit. And I think that was very clear because there's a handful of like responses from me, a handful of responses from him.
No. That's not true. You know that's not true. You're lying. This has been going on for months and months and months. And there's not just a handful of things. Maybe from you. You think you play clever. You think you play clever because you don't actually say anything very much. But your co-person, called the Hustler, he's got a big mouth. And he's been going on and on and on and on and on, still attacking this lady with racial words, racial insults, and misogynistic insults. He just keeps on. But only a handful of time. Isn't that right?
Versus like just the folders I had to pay extra for my Google Drive to store videos. Like that's how many clips, videos, tweets, and posts I have collected over the years.
Oh right, really? So why did the judge not let your what bloody hell's it called? GPO? I don't know. Where, they have to sort of keep away from you. Like anyone's going to want to go anywhere near you. But anyway, why did they not go through then? Why did you fail 3 times when you've collected so much evidence? Weird.
Okay. So, life was great. Things were calm.
For who? For who? For you? For the Hustler? Your co-plaintiff? Were they calm? He couldn't be calm if he was on a desert island all on his own. Because the man has mental health issues. Plain to see. So, okay, we'll go along with what you're saying. Everything was calm. Okay.
In early January 2024, the defendant decided that she was going to host a live stream where she was going to put my parents' address up on screen. Well, I'm sorry. In January 2024, the co-plaintiff reached out to me and said, she's starting again with the this stuff and that stuff. And
you're very vague with the this stuff, that stuff. What is this stuff, that stuff? And we have to remember that this stuff and that stuff has happened after you and your co-parent, that's not the word, is it? Co-plaintiff have gone after not only her, but her father. Okay.
Do you want to join me in a lawsuit? And I was dumbfounded. I said, I really don't. And I said, no. I said, I don't. I said, Hustley, I thank you for the offer. I said, I'm going to go back to ignoring her because I don't know what to do at this point. I don't know what to say. The FBI agent in Clearwater told me to just fucking ignore her.
Oh, so it's you phoning the FBI agents, is it? Do you know I got accused of doing that once? Okay, so all right. So you're phoning the FBI. Oh, why? Anyway.
The police have told me to block her.
The police have told me to block her. Okay, so I don't want to go what you're saying is the FBI and the police and everybody else said to block her. So what did you do?
Wait until she crosses a line, and I said to Hussey, that's what I'm gonna fucking do at this point, because I don't have the money. Well, it's not that I don't have the money. I don't want to spend the money.
Right. So it's not that he doesn't have the money. He doesn't want to spend the money, which is quite interesting because tonight we saw all the paperwork, and one of the things that he is holding back on is divulging how much he's paid at work. So that's quite interesting, especially now that he's admitted he does have the money. All right, you're going to need it, matey.
It costs money to travel. It costs money to get hotels. It costs money to go back and forth if we had to. So at the time, I wasn't sure if it was going to be virtual or not.
Well, you hoped it was going to be virtual, and what you actually did was lie. You lied to the court and said that you didn't have the money, didn't you? You said, I don't have the money to travel. And then when they said, well, we need, you to fill out this, discovery form, when you saw the bit that's said about your finances, you sort of, your blood must have ran cold, and you thought, oh my God, I've said that I can't afford to travel because I just want to do it on Zoom. I can sit here next to my drinks cabinet and, everything will be hunky-dory. But so I'm just going to tell them I don't have the money. But then you realised that, you've now got to tell them. They need to know. So what are you going to do?
2.5 years, Chef Maiku. This has been going on for 2.5 years. So,
yeah, it's been going on for 2.5 years. And what did you say you paid for? I've forgotten. Can't remember. Don't care.
Well documented. And why? Because I left a group chat. I fucking can't. And because the person is hell-bent on holding me responsible for what Strawberry Douche says, what Ask My Dominatrix says, what Hussey says, what anybody else, you know what I mean? Like, not that Hussey's saying anything, but they're hell-bent on blaming me for everything.
That's probably got something to do with your past, though, hasn't it? And the fact that you're known to have hundreds of stock accounts. And one in particular, particularly nasty one, that was very racist and was just out of control. Do you remember that one? I think they're called Discounted Life. Yeah, do you remember that one?
And other people say when nobody has produced a single shred of evidence that I have asked anybody to go after her. The day she was doxxed, Belinda can tell you.
Oh, so here we have Hillbilly Blender, who's going to tell us that they had already been calling everyone and their brothers this time too. Had they? Had they really? I don't think so, but hey, this is in case you don't know, this delightful person here who looks nothing like this, but I mustn't be petty. This woman here, I'm going to leave that there. I'd rather have a picture of the Qantas suffers depressurization than actually looking at her. But anyway, this woman is his best bud, apart from the hustler. So yes, all right. Less said about that, the better.
That I was very upset the day she.
No, were you? Ah.
She was doxxed. Belinda will tell you. If I have to show those names at some point, I will. She was very.
Oh right, so she got doxxed. Okay, and he wasn't behind it. It had nothing to do with him, guys. Absolutely nothing.
Very upset the day she was doxxed. I did not want her doxxed. I thought it was very fucking unnecessary, and I knew that I would get the blame for it. And sure enough, what happened?
Well, no surprise though, is it? No surprise. That's because everyone knows what you're like. That's because everyone knows that you've done it before.
I got the blame for it. Thank you for reminding me, Belinda. 2 weeks before I made that phone call, I took the step. The defendant and another person were on her channel doxing my father's legal name over and over again. And
can we have proof of that? Can we have proof that they doxed your father's name? Did they phone your father? Did they? Did they gang together like a couple of drunks and phone your elderly father? I'm interested.
They, on speakerphone, attempted to call him. So I don't understand why everybody lost their minds when 2 weeks later, in a moment of desperation, I returned the favor and said, you know what? Can you talk some sense into this person? Tell her to stop. I don't want to sue her. I don't want to spend her money. I don't want her fucking money. I just want peace and quiet in my YouTube life. I've done nothing to this person other than randomly defend myself against the lies that I abused a 41-year-old. I preyed on him. I took it.
Oh, yes, we know about... Oh, my God, this is going to go on forever. I didn't realise this was going to go on for so long. Right, he had a thing for another YouTuber, a man who is straight and who I think did sort of play along with being flirtatious with him, but eventually told him, no, I don't want anything to do with it. So this is one of the reasons he is coming, not for that creator, but he's coming for the lady closest to that creator. Does that make sense? Without saying words. Oh, and the other thing is that creator also. I'm getting all excited. Right, the guy who's taken this poor lady to court, with Clifford, is also gay and also had the hots for this straight man. So yeah, you come up with your own theories here. I think I know which theory I'm going to.
Advantage of him, blah blah blah. She has said more than he has, which is the part that people just can't seem to fucking grasp. Like he barely says it. She's the mouthpiece, and that's why she's under the duress that she's in, because she is doing it all for him, and I don't understand why she's putting herself in this position. But what?
Well, perhaps, she doesn't like to see people, especially straight men, being harassed by gay men. It could quite simply be that. And I know also that you and your homie, your hustler homie, have been trying to sort of brandish about that. Oh no, he's not straight. He's gay this, he's gay that. And you know what? You carry on. You carry on with all your lies and everything else, because I've gone way longer than I wanted to. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to get interesting. If you're not interesting, I'm out of here.
Whatever. So, anyways, I took the step I took.
Yeah, which is to phone her father. This is 3 times, guys. This is 3 times he said, I took the step I took. Just say, I phoned her father. Without any of the excuses leading up to it, I phoned her father. That's all we want to hear.
I moved on. She unblocks, not that she unblocked, I don't think she unblocked us, but she...
Oh my God, I'm moving on. I can't. Right, let's see.
Put my legal names on videos, calling me an alcoholic, and if this thing ends well, I'm going to explore other options with those people as well. I just, it's better for me to not invest myself in something where I don't need to be here. I pop in, I have a little fun, I leave. I said, but I don't want her money. I am more interested in getting some kind of restraining order.
Right, yes. Oh, thank God. I can stop here. Yes, that's what you wanted, a restraining order. Thank you so much for telling me what I was meaning to say. Just went out of my head. Just went. Flew off, it did, like all the lies that you've just said. But anyway, guys, so what did he say? What was the last thing he said? He just wants a restraining order. Let me remind you guys, he's tried 3 times and failed. But anyway, I haven't even got to the part that I wanted to get to, so maybe I'll go over that another time. I'm not going to be rambling on about him or even watching him for that long. It just does my bloody head in. So if I were you, just get off my screen. Oh, that's better. Anyway, that's that. Do you know, don't you love it when people know that they've done something that they shouldn't have done? So what they do is they try and rewrite history so that it can seem that it wasn't such a bad thing after all. You'd have done the same thing, surely. You know, if you'd gone through what he'd gone through. So we went through 20 minutes, 20 plus minutes of listening to him making all kinds of excuses when at the end of the day, he knows he did wrong. He knows he shouldn't have phoned her father. But he rambles for so long, I haven't even got to the bit about what's actually happening in court. Maybe I'll do another one. Yeah, do another one, Jan. Got all the time in the world. Ah, just sit around doing nothing all day. Anyway, you take care of yourselves out there. Thanks for coming along and joining me on my new channel. And you take care of yourselves out there because trust me, it's a rotten old world. So until the next one, bye-bye for now.